This is Article 252. So I just want to read it. And it says, this is under tenure of office of Auditor General. Article 252(1). Subject to this article, the Auditor General shall retire from office on attaining the age of 60 years. Not subject to this Constitution, not subject to any law, but subject to this article, this particular article. The Auditor General shall retire from office on attaining the age of 60 years. 2, the Auditor General may retire with full benefits on attaining the age of 55 years. 3, the Auditor General may be removed from office on the same grounds and procedure as applies to a judge. 4, the Auditor General may resign from office by 3 months' notice in writing to the President. This is what Article 252 says concerning the tenure of office of the Auditor General. Now, Dr. Mwambwa, who has been appointed Auditor General by the President subject to ratification by the National Assembly, is 64 years. This appointment unconstitutional. This appointment is not supported by Article 252 of the Constitution of Zambia. Because of that one reason, I do not support the appointment of the Auditor General, and the President should reverse the appointment and appoint somebody who qualifies. Other than this, even if Dr. Mwambwa as a person qualified, with his abilities, I would have not supported him, but the President would not have been obliged to remove him from office or to reverse the appointment. I cannot support Dr. Mwambwa because he is incompetent. He is extremely incompetent. That's another reason for which I could not have supported him, even if he was below 60 years old. He has demonstrated serious incompetence. This is a person who signed the 2022 financial report from Ministry of Finance, which has serious, glaring irregularities. For an auditor to sign that and call it a free and fair report, I find it very unfortunate. And because of that, I am unable to tender even minimal support. I can't even be human about it. I can't even be a human being about it, to say something good. There is nothing good to say about Dr. Mwambwa. He is incompetent and is overage. The appointment is unconstitutional, and even if he was okay, he is still incompetent. He can't handle that office. Okay? So, let Dr. Mwambwa retire and go home. He was already retired, by the way, from office where he served as Deputy Auditor General there. He was already retired, and he went to work in West Africa. Why has he been brought to that office? Why has he been brought to that office? It is in order for him to sign useless reports like the one he signed which came to the Assembly. Right now we are waiting for the Auditor General's report for 2022. The one he already signed is a financial report. Right now we are waiting for the Auditor General's report for 2022, and I can guarantee you that the contentious issues that we have been talking about will not be there in that report. They will not be there because he's incompetent. He has no capacity to plan and execute an audit to the expectations of stakeholders. I will be very surprised, and I will swallow my words, if the illegal audits, outcomes of those illegal audits are going to be referred to in that audit report. I will be very surprised if the presidential trips are going to be in that audit report. I will be very, very surprised if the illegal sale of shares, ZCCMH shares are going to be in that audit report. I will be very surprised if the cancellation of the hunting concessions are going to be in that audit report. I will be very surprised if the illegal purchase and distribution of fertilizer in 2021 and 2022 are going to be in that audit report. If they will be, I'll come back to you and say I was wrong. But as far as I'm concerned, there will be nothing, because that auditor is incompetent. He doesn't know what it takes to be a public auditor. He thinks that being a public auditor, your role is to make government look good. He thinks that being a government auditor is to be dancing to the cause of PSS. How can a PS from Northwestern Province call the entire Auditor General and you go running to go and solve his problems when the Constitution is clear? This guy is not subject to control by any person, by any authority. The guy must plan and execute his work according to his judgment of risk. Abantu bale you have got even through airports. You are busy just trying to clean up government. A corrupt government is what you are trying to clean up. This auditor is incompetent. Other than that, he has already passed retirement age according to this constitution, and he should vacate office. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Kafwaya, for giving us details why the appointment of the new Auditor General is not supported. May I now invite Honorable Council Chisanga to add his voice.
Thank you, Moderator. Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak about this important issue. Present as there, that's why we call this presser at a time when we are supposed to be praying for Parliament. I can't overemphasize what my colleague, Honorable Kafwaya, has said concerning the Auditor General's position. And I adopt everything that Mr. Kafwaya has said. It is my own. One of the duties that a president who is elected has in this republic is a duty to ensure that the country is managed in accordance with the rule of law. The most important law that we've got in our country is the Constitution. So every president has a constitutional mandate to ensure that to the letter and spirit, the provisions of the Constitution are complied with by everybody. Everybody includes even the presidency itself. One would want to ask a question. Why is it that the UPND government seems to have this appetite to abrogate the law when they want to achieve a means that they've set for themselves? You have heard a lot about what is happening in the government departments from Honorable Kafwaya. And you've heard why he has issues, and all of us have issues with the person who should be occupying the office of the Auditor General. Now, this appointment, like Honorable Kafwaya said, is actually unconstitutional. When the Constitution places an age limit for somebody who should occupy the office of the auditor, you then don't have a mandate as a president, no matter how much powers you've got under the Constitution, to make an appointment that is contradictory to the provisions of the Constitution. There's just everything wrong about appointing somebody who's past the age that is provided for in the Constitution and according to the opportunity to go and occupy that office. everything that he's going to be doing in that office is unconstitutional. Because in the first place, he wasn't eligible, he wasn't qualified to apply or to be considered for appointment to that office. I would like to make a call to the appointment.